Hi guys, it's Blackie and welcome back to the Ground Pounder series. Okay, in this one we're not going to be cooking. There will be a cooking video coming soon. But I need to get back onto some of the other stuff I was going to cover in Ground Pounder instead of just cooking. So hang tough, there is going to be more cooking videos coming. And there's going to be more videos on gear and stuff like that for ground pounding. Okay, we got quite a few things left to go, so just stay with me. Now, what we're talking about today is we're going to talk about kit bags. And what that means in English is certain things in your gear you want to divide into its own bag, its own little niche. So that whenever I reach and I pull it out, there's everything connected with that. So I don't have to keep digging all the way through my bag looking for. Classic example is your fire kit. See? You have a tinder bag with a fire kit in it, and then you'll have a separate extra little fire kit. We will deal with that in an upcoming video on haversack that will be coming up very shortly. But today what we're going to talk about is those other kits. Now I stumbled upon this bag down at Kauman's Military Surplus where I got it, and down in the description box I'll put the phone number and all for you to contact the ladies if you're interested in one of these. It was originally designed to carry a radio. Okay, it's a heavy Condora nylon. It has a rigid insert in the front, some sort of plastic or something. That's what made me think this would be a perfect bag for food gear. This would make a good chuck box. It's also on the back of it, it's got a loop where I can either hook it with a strap to hook it to me just so it hangs free, or it's got the twin molly set, so there's multiple loops there where I can hook it onto a pack, or I can put it onto a belt, or I can put it onto whatever. And it has this separate pouch that's already mated to the side. Okay? Now here's what I'm thinking with such a bag. This will hold, for me, about a week's worth of meals. And so if I put this on the side of my Nighthawk rucksack, and it will hook with that with the adapter right onto it, it becomes like a sustainment pouch, but it's for the cooked stuff. See, I can put my food into here and then carry my bush pot separately, or if I'm cooking out of my canteen, you get my point. But there's easily a week's worth of food I could put in here that I would be cooking out of a canteen cup set. Right there, that's easy. Now you got twin buckles at the top, and they are adjustable. And then you got a nice big opening. Now I'll show you what the official thing is. Just tell the ladies at Kauman's that radio bag, that tall green with the buckles in the side pouch on it, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. Now in here right now is an entire whoopee stuffed in. To give you an idea, yeah, it's got that kind of capacity. So you could use this for a whoopee or something like that, or you could stuff that down to half. I really believe you could probably get 2 whoopies in here. So you might want to consider it like that to put on the side of a bag to use for something like that. You know, quick grab for rain gear, or quick grab for your bedding, or whatever you want. My thoughts are in here I could put cans in the bottom, like canned food I'm going to be carrying, then dry goods on top of that. And since it's got that rigid front, it don't want to crush straight down. And that's the big thing. If this was just a pure soft pack, like my Sparrowhawk, you might be able to crush it if you accidentally sat on it or something. But with this, it makes it rigid. And so therefore you would realize, hey, whoa, I'm getting on something wrong, and therefore keep from crushing food. Nobody wants to eat that, you know, honey bun after it's been smashed flat. It's just, or donuts, or whatever it is you're bringing is that sweet treat. You can put them in here. You could also easily slide some sort of dry thing in here to keep it dry. Now inside there's another pouch down the side, on both sides. I'm sure that was for carrying antennas or something. But you know what I see there? Place to slide the spoons. The big tall spoons and serving forks and stuff. I could slide them in the side. Or how about you guys that have got those pole sets for the Pathfinder poncho? They'll slide right in that. In fact, if you want to turn this into a shelter bag, you could slide them Pathfinder poles. They'll fit in there. slide right in, and then you'd have room on the other side to put your spoons or whatever on it. And it's even got a snap on one constrictor on the other side, I'd probably remove that because the top flap's going to keep it, right? But that means I could pull in and out of here. But I could put my food in here, and here at the top, I could put my canteen cup, stove set, whatever right here. So I sit down and be on the outside of my pack, I open it up, and I just pull it out and eat out of here, nice and quick. Now that external pouch down there I was talking about, that's one of the reasons I like this, is the fuel bottle for the stove can ride out here. I can fill this up, put it on the outside, and this is waterproof Condura. That way, if anything ever sprungs a leak, I'll know it. It'll be on the outside of the pouch. I'll smell it, and there's a drain hole down there on both of these bags, both of those pouches. So I'll know it, and it's on the outside, instead of it just soaked all my food. Ask me how I know that's a bad thing on a week-long trip, in a canoe trip, and my fuel thing sprung a leak, and it was a Kauman fuel, so it was gasoline. So every bit of food I brought was soaked in gas. I had no food. I had to resort to trying to catch food for that week-long canoe trip. It was an adventure, but I'd rather done it easier. Now, also something else I've got in here. Recently my friend Mr. Don has started making these, and he gifted me one. He's got a special one coming for me that'll have my logo on it. But it's just, he put on there, he laser engraved stuff. Himalayan special today, Himalayan possum, found him laying on the roadside. Just something cute. But it's actually a good hardwood cutting board. And it's about the right size I want to carry in my kit. Because what I'll do is, you saw when I cut up the bacon in the canteen cup bacon, egg, and grits, I spread out a piece of aluminum foil I'm carrying, set this in the middle, and I use this for the cutting surface. If something falls off, it's on the aluminum foil. But that becomes a cutting board I can carry along for various things I need to cut up when I get to camp, okay? So it can ride on the outside with the fuel bottle. There's plenty of room in there still to put spoons, forks, whatever into that pouch. And so it becomes a standalone pouch. Now, yeah, if I'm not carrying a full week's worth of food, the 1 quart will fit down inside of there. I believe the canteen and cup, it'd be kind of snug, but it'll fit in there and go in there on the top. So you could turn this into a standalone food kit, cook kit right there. It will hook onto the Nighthawk. It will also hook onto the Pathfinder haversack. They've got those molly straps on the side, so that will slide right in place. It can be a sustainment pouch. It can be a food pouch. That's what I'm thinking of it, because see how it stands up rigid? That lets it stand up. It also gives it protection to protect my food from something coming from the front of the bag and hitting it. See, I really like that. But it'll fit all of those bags, and it'll take most of your cook gear. It's not big enough for a 2 quart, but it is big enough for the 1 quart Pathfinder bush pot. It is big enough for the canteen set. I have not tried the Swedish stove in it, but I think it's a little bit small for that. But still, its primary function to me is to carry the food and be able to put it on the side of the pack. That way when I get there, with that hanging loop right there, this will be easy to pull off and hang up in a tree away from my pack. Because my pack's going to be tied to a tree when I get there. Remember, my standard operations is I take and I strip off my haversack. I then take my haversack and put it inside, and I take my rucksack with my entire camp in it, and I secure it to this tree. This is going to become the foot of my hammock. And from there I start rigging up poles, tarps, and everything else, coming out in an order, and etc. I could easily just slide this off the side, put it on a cord, and hang it up on the other side of camp, away from me, in case you got bears or other predators that's going to be attracted to it. I can safely turn this into a bear bag, quick and easy for those of you living in such country. So it's got multiple use, and it's a piece of surplus, so you know the government paid dearly for it. And it's really good Condura nylon. It's very well made, and if it was for protecting a radio, which is life and death equipment, I'm pretty sure it can protect ramen and stuff like that. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe before you go. And down there in the description box will be the information to call and ask the ladies if you're interested in one of these. They've got quite a few of them. And I think it'd make a good addition to the camp as a kit bag for some sort of specialized kit. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.